Hey seniors, crazy to think that you're about ready to start your final year here at Spirit Lake High School. I know that there are lots of lingering questions out there, and hopefully this presentation takes care of answering some of those, but by all means, if you still have questions, comments, or concerns, please reach out and I'm more than happy to assist. So let's go ahead and get started. One thing that I just quickly want to touch on is the difference in grading scales from years past. There is a difference between a B plus and a B minus. The scale awards you for extra effort in your classes, so as always, do your very best. I've talked to many college admissions representatives, and time again, I hear them discuss the differences between an A in PE versus, let's say, a C plus in AP Biology. Grades are important, yes, but your course selection is equally, if not more important. Colleges want to see that you are taking challenging coursework. It's better to have a 3.25 from taking rigorous classes than a 4.0 by playing the safe card. Also, senioritis, bad news bears. I realize that you're tired. I realize that you're on the final stretch, that you're excited, that you want to be independent, that you just want to go to college right now, yada, yada, yada. I get it. But it is not unheard of for colleges to revoke their acceptance letters. It's not unheard of for students to lose scholarship money. It's very important that you start day one focused and you stay focused all the way to the very end. It is not my responsibility to make sure that your future works out as you hope. It is not your parents' responsibility. It truly is yours. We are here to support you. We are here to applaud you and continue to encourage you to help you throughout the process. But truly, you are the one responsible for you. On track to graduate. So you should have all received graduation status emails from me in early summer. The purpose of these emails are to make sure that you're aware of where I see you being credit-wise and for you to ensure that you're signed up for the appropriate courses to meet those remaining credits needed. By all means, I make mistakes and I'm here to assist, so if you are confused or question whether your credits are at or if you are signed up for the right classes, let me know and we can work through things together. Just a reminder that while you may be on track to meet Spirit Lake High School graduation requirements, you may not necessarily be on track for acceptance to some of your prospective colleges and or NCAA eligibility. So make sure you're dotting your I's and crossing your T's. NCAA, if you do have an account, you will need to file a student release form this fall. So go ahead and log into your eligibility center and you should be able to do it from there. Do you need to take the ACT again? I encourage all students to take the ACT once in late winter of their junior year and then again in late spring. ACT encourages students to take once their junior year and then once again their senior year. The problem I see with this is that one, there's a big summer break with most likely little academic focus. And then two, there's so much to do your senior year that if you can avoid having to schedule and take the ACT again, why not? There are many things to wonder whether, or to ponder whether or not you should test again and try for a higher score. Here are some guiding points. You should definitely consider retesting if you had any problems during testing, such as misunderstanding the directions or feeling ill. You may also want to consider retesting if you don't believe that your scores accurately represent your abilities. And if you've taken subsequently completed coursework, let's just say that you took Algebra 2 your junior year and you hadn't tested in the ACT since your sophomore year. You should probably test again as there are several Algebra 2 components on the Math ACT. So research does show that approximately 50% will improve within a 3-point range. 25% will stay the same and 25% will drop. One thing that will definitely help your chances of increasing is prep. And you have a few options for how to go about prepping for the ACT. We will be offering an ACT prep session prior to each 2015-2016 ACT date. These will take place during advisory and run anywhere from 4 days to 9 days, depending on the ACT date itself. Students can sign up with me and should only be signing up for the ACT prep prior to the ACT date that they are registered for. Other options include free paper ACT booklets that are located in my office. I Have a Plan Iowa and College Raptor both have free online ACT prep, and there are several options available for cost as well. Some students inquire whether or not they should take the SAT, and most do not. But if you really have questions or you think that the SAT might be right for you, let me know and we can talk it over. The ASVAB is a military entrance exam, and it's being offered on October 15th. If the military is of interest to you, but if you're not certain, I would still encourage you to take it. And I also encourage students that might not necessarily be interested in the military, but if you're still questioning a career path, the ASVAB has a comprehensive career exploration component that you might find beneficial. So if you're interested in taking the ASVAB, you just need to let me know by October 1st. College stuff. When I was in high school, I was 100% certain that I wanted a small, private college, and I never gave any other institution the time of day. I barely lasted my freshman year before transferring to a larger public university, which I absolutely loved. The private college was wonderful, don't get me wrong, it just wasn't for me. Transferring is not the end of the world, but it is a hassle and it can cost you time and money. If I would have examined all of my options from the get-go, perhaps I could have avoided these things by selecting the larger public university right from the start. So, know your options, examine, research, visit, so on and so forth. A great way to do this is talk with admissions representatives that come to our school. You can see the calendar of these events from the announcements, my weekly emails, and my blog. The Golden Circle College Fair is at the end of September in Des Moines. It is a great opportunity to gather lots of information from over 140 colleges and universities from across the country. Additionally, there are several websites that exist to help you quickly gather information and narrow down college options that mesh with what you're looking for. A couple of my favorites are College Raptor and College Board. Not in all cases, but I typically encourage students to apply to every college on their radar this fall. Wait until their student aid reports come out in like March, April-ish to compare and contrast the cost of each college and then make their final decision. May 1st is the national decision day in which students should make a college decision. There will be a group college visit for students and their parents on October 26th to check out the University of Iowa and Kirkwood Community College. Let me know if you would like to attend. Other things about college stuff. I mentioned applying to all schools on your radar. Some things to keep in mind. Dream schools versus safety schools. Applying is harmless, so minus the potential blow to your ego, you'll never know unless you apply. So applying to a variety of schools, both dream and safe, is a good plan of action. There are several types of admissions, and it's important to know the difference between them. So there's rolling admissions, regular decision, early action, early decision. Some of these are binding, that it would be a contractual agreement, and some of them are not. There's pros and cons really to all of them. So if you're applying to something and you're not really quite sure exactly what kind of application you're doing, please let me know. I'd be happy to go over that with you. Some tips and things to think about when completing your applications. I would encourage you to have an activities resume created prior to applying. You should have academic achievements listed on these, as well as community service, volunteer contributions, sport and church involvement, honors and awards, and employment. This will come in handy not only going through the application process, but the scholarship process as well. Also, I just want to note that while lovetohavefun@hotmail.com works as a wonderful email address for friends, it doesn't make the best first impression. So create a professional email address if you don't have one, or use your Spirit Lake student account. Go through each application and read carefully. Make sure that your essays should be thoughtful, logical, organized, proofread. We will be offering a college scholarship essay writing workshop this September. More information to come out about that, but I would encourage you to come. Once you submit your application, you will need to request a transcript. So to request a transcript, you go to my blog and you hit transcript request. Here you will fill out a form, and within 24 hours we will have your transcript sent to whatever institution that you have listed. Okay, there's the form right there. ACT scores are listed on student transcripts. However, some colleges require that they come from ACT directly. So just make sure that you know exactly what is being asked of you. November 1st is my deadline that I give to students. This just provides the best opportunity to hear back on your applications early, not miss out on any scholarship opportunities, and of course, you know, your roommate and dorm selections. You just want to be first in line. I will be hosting some college application assistance opportunities during advisory time in September and October. So if you're working on applications or just want my assistance to complete applications, sign up and I can help you do that then. Here's just an example of an activities resume. I simply Googled activities resume and found an example. I would encourage you to do the same thing, but it would be very helpful to have this created if you don't have one already. REI, really quickly, UNI, Iowa, Iowa State, they use this calculation to determine automatic acceptance. So you can calculate your REI if you're planning on applying to these schools and know ahead of time if you're going to be accepted or not. College essays. I just kind of hit on this a little bit. Again, I will be offering that workshop so you can sign up if you would like, but it's just very important that you really think about your essays prior to writing them and truly giving the best essay that you possibly can. And so that workshop would really help you hopefully formulate a solid essay that you could use for both applications and for scholarships. Letters of recommendation. Some rules of thumb. Ask, don't demand. Provide 2 weeks notice for the first letter and 24-hour notice for the additional letters. Provide a resume of listing accomplishments, so that activities resume would be perfect. And then be specific. If you need this letter of recommendation for something specific, just make sure you communicate that. And then, of course, say thank you. You can see 2 examples of students that have reached out to ask for a letter of recommendation. The one on the left, I don't necessarily appreciate. The one on the right would be much more respectful email to get. Again, don't just stop by and say, Nelson, I need a letter of recommendation tomorrow. It is helpful to have a heads up, to be specific, to have time to be able to critique it to you and provide the best letter of recommendation that I can. These rules of thumb would really help me out, or help whoever is writing your letter of recommendation out. College acceptances. I was supposed to put a picture in here, but I didn't, so I apologize. But I do have a college acceptance board in my office. Come in. Any college that you apply to and get accepted to, your name can go up on the board. So you essentially could be up on the board 10 different times if you've got accepted to 10 different colleges. It is a fun way to just have students know where students are applying to and see where students are accepted to. So I would encourage you to participate in this. Scholarships, free money, free money. Iowa Lakes did not show up at our award ceremony a couple years ago. I called them and asked them why, and they said, you know, unfortunately we have a lot of money sitting aside for Spirit Lake students, but nobody applied. It's free money. An hour's worth of your time could yield you thousands of dollars. Thousands of dollars. I know it's not fun, I get it, but it's very important that you do take some time and apply for scholarships. Now, I communicate scholarship opportunities out lots of different ways: Twitter, Facebook, email, but the best way that you can see what scholarships are available from those that are coming to my attention is to go to Nelson Scholarship Bank, located on my blog. So if you go to my blog and go to scholarships, and then you can go down here and go to Nelson Scholarship Bank. This is going to showcase the scholarship name, amount, a little bit about eligibility, deadline, and then a link to the application itself. I update this weekly, and once we get to the busy season, daily. So it's very important that you check back often. So those are some things. Also, prospective colleges. Each college has their own unique scholarships. So check those out. Ask about those. There's lots of other national search sites. Do your research. There's so many different opportunities to get free money, but it just takes time and effort. And again, your letters of recommendation, keep in mind those rules of thumb. And I will be offering some scholarship searching assistance options during advisory as well, most likely in October and November. So I encourage you to come and utilize that resource. Another thing would just be job shadows. Job shadows are great ways to just get a sneak peek as to different careers that might be a really good fit for you. There is no obligation other than filling out an application, and we will go ahead and line up those career shadows for you. So come talk to me if that's something of interest to you. And then just a little heads up with 10 seconds left, don't forget about Financial Aid Night in November. The FAFSA will be done in January, and lots more information to come out throughout the year. Thank you.